Hi, this is coding teacher Hun, and I'm with my student
Tanay.
Tanay. Okay, and today is Tuesday, I don't know, Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. Okay. My local time here in LA, the LA time zone, this is generally it's a 9 to 10 a.m. class. But for Tanay, it's in the afternoon, the afternoon actually. But anyway, so let's get started. And Tanay had before I start recording, Tanay had a question about circles. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna cover that.
Um,
Okay, Tanay, in the meantime, you should have JDoodle. No, you should have Trinket.io. Should have that open on your laptop. You have to open up the web page for. Okay,
okay, not
Trinket.io.
Jingle, Trinket.
To your account. Okay.
Where's Trinket? Here it is.
Okay, keep that open. But I'm going to show you I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to show you how circles work.
Wait, Master Han.
Yes, sir.
I'm in Trinket. What do I do now?
Well, you just look at my screen first. I'm sharing my screen. Going to show you how
Okay, I'm gonna
circles
go
work.
back to
Okay.
Zoom. Okay. Oh, cool. Did you make that rainbow tunnel?
Well, I did. You know, it's a students, but I kind of did. You know, I kind of do 50, 60% of it, and then the students kind of remix the code, right? Where's
I know you made this first one. Okay.
Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna make a make a copy of this because I don't want to have to delete everything. So I'm gonna copy this. So you can easily copy any code you have. Okay. And I'm gonna rename this to Turtle. How's my audio? You can hear me well?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
Like,
this will be just for you, Okay, Turtle graphics with Tanay, and okay, I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. Okay, so again, we need to import turtle. We need to create a turtle. So I'm gonna call it TN. Okay. Okay, and then if we want to make a circle, okay, so if we want to make the circle, first we need the turtle, the name of the turtle, and then we just have to make a circle, use the circle command, okay? And then we need to give it a number. The number is the radius, okay? The diameter is from one side of the circle to another. So the radius is half of that, okay? Half of the diameter. Okay, so let's just make it 50 pixels, right? I'm sorry?
So the diameter is straight across the circle.
Right, straight across the circle. So it's 2 times the radius.
The radius
is only half from the center to the edge.
Half of it.
Half of it.
Like,
okay.
You take half of a circle and then you cut that in half. That's the radius.
Right. The diameter is the distance from the edge. Is the edge all around. Okay. So if we start, so it always starts drawing from the center, 0, 0. So if you want the circle to be centered on the canvas, then you need to push it down. Okay, so then we would need to use a goto command. Okay, so we want it to stay on the center, but we want to push it down. So then it would have to be 0. 0 is the x. So we're gonna stay in the same position of the x, and then we want to push it down. So we need to push down 50 pixels down. Okay. So when we run this again, okay, so it's now the circle is a little bit more centered. Okay.
Except that part is showing, so you have to do pen
Right.
up,
So
go
there's an
to,
extra
and then
line that
pen
shows up.
down.
Right. Now, if we want to fill in the color, then we need to have a begin fill and an end fill. Okay. And it's going to be all
Master
black because
Han,
because I haven't changed the default color. So once I run it again, now this extra line will get covered up by the black color. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, you see that? And right, if you want to get rid of that little turtle shape, then we have to do the hi turtle, and we just get rid of that shape.
TN dot
Okay.
and
Now, if we want the circle to move to the right, then we have to make the x positive. So we need to make the first number a positive number. Okay. And you see, we move to the, if we want to move to the left, then we have to make the x number a negative number. Okay.
okay.
And if we want to go back, if we want to go back to the center, then we would go to 0, 0. But actually, you don't need to do go to 0, 0 because 0, 0 is the default. Okay. Okay. And then if you want to change the color, give me a color.
Blue. I like blue.
Okay. So if we want to change the color, we have to use the color command. You can actually give the color command 2 different colors.
And then half of it will be blue, half of it will be red.
No, I did something wrong. Why is it all black? I did something wrong. Okay. I guess I forgot the command. Maybe it's a tuple. You okay?
Yep.
Okay, I don't. I thought that's what it was.
Master Han.
Okay.
That's the color of the outline. For the to fill it in, you have to put it in begin fill red.
I have to look. I guess I have to look it up because I thought I understood. But then the way that turtle graphics is implemented, you have to keep in mind the way it's done. The way it's done on Trinket.io. Tanay, you need to keep your face in the camera, please.
Okay.
You have to keep it. You have to keep in mind not every command.
Yes.
Not every command is available with because you're running the code inside a web page. Okay. So not all the commands are available because the turtle module was designed for you to use on a laptop or a desktop, or it wasn't designed to be used on it wasn't designed to be used in a web page. So I thought I understood the color command.
Master Han.
Yeah.
I accidentally changed it to split view and I don't know how to change it back.
You'll have to show me your screen.
So I put it back.
Oh, you did put? Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the command. No, I'm using it correctly. I don't know why it's not why it's giving me a problem. Yeah. Maybe I spelled it wrong.
No, you didn't spell anything wrong.
No, I didn't spell it
As
wrong.
I
I don't know
spelled
why it's not.
red
Okay.
and black.
I don't. Okay. Whatever. I'm sure I've done this before, so I don't know why it's. Okay. Well, in any case, okay. So the circle command is very simple. You just have to use the circle circle method or command. And if I want to make a big circle, I just increase the radius. Okay. But keep in mind, if you make the radius too big, the circle is going to fill up the whole thing. So it's going to be hard to see the whole thing. So that's why you probably want to like try to push it down a little bit. Okay.
Hey, Master Han. What
Yes.
happens if you make it the circle thing like in tn dot circle 100? Let's see what happens if you make it 1,000.
Yeah, it's just gonna be huge. So you can't see the whole thing.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can't see the whole thing. So the amount of space that you have to draw is very small. It's not even half the screen. It's actually less than half.
And everything is frozen except for your voice.
Oh, okay. Yep, we're having a lot of internet. Okay, now you see here, this one is a tiny, tiny 10, it has a radius of 10 pixels, okay? But if you go past 100, it's gonna be really hard to see anything, okay? So this is a radius of 100, okay? So it's already moving outside, okay?
What happens if you do 101?
Well, it would look pretty much the same. It wouldn't look that much different. 1 pixel is hard to tell. It's hard to tell the difference between 1 pixel. 101, radius 101.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I see an extra pixel.
So if you just copy and paste the circles, right? But if you just do this, what else do we need to do besides just copy and paste the circles? Because what's going to happen is we're just going to draw the same thing over itself. You see that? And then we're just drawing the same. So you can't see a difference. So you have to move the pen. Okay, so we have to do pen up. Then we have to move. Then we have to go pen up, and then we have to move it. Let's say if we wanted to build a snowman, a red snowman, right? Then let's say we do this. Okay, let's see. And then of course we need to do pen down so that we actually draw something. Okay, so
I accidentally went to split screen again. Okay, how do you? Come
okay,
on.
this is not exactly a snowman, but let me make it. I'll push it down more.
Master Han.
Yeah.
Oh. Master Han.
Yes.
I think I did something.
Okay, well.
See, how do you go back
You have to be careful with your, okay. Now you see here, this looks more like a, now this looks more like a snowman, right?
A little bit.
More like a caterpillar, I guess.
Just looks like the infinity symbol, Well, once
Ice cream.
and
Right?
it's sideways, except one side is. Let me see. Circle.
Okay, this is I think so. You could draw a caterpillar by making circles, right?
Yep.
Oh no, I moved to no, I stayed in the same place. Okay, here we go. Okay, so like
Mm-hmm.
you could make a like a caterpillar. You could make a
Cool.
cloud, right? You just make some circles. Well, you would have to change the background color, but
Oh.
again, so if we want to change the background color, we have to create a screen object.
Master Han, who was the winner for the art contest?
Well, it's gonna take a while, so
Oh,
okay,
how
you
about
see
there's
this? Oops, I did something wrong. What is this? Oh no, oops, I got it wrong. No, it's turtle. Turtle dot screen, and then you need to create a screen object. Okay, and then you can change the background color.
that?
Let's say if we make it black, right? And then we could then you could put a cloud, right? Okay. Well, you would need to probably you would make it blue. The screen you would need to make a blue. Okay.
I don't see how a red cloud goes with a blue sky.
Right, right. Well, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Well, it's a strange looking cloud. But you get the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get
Yep.
the idea?
Yep.
Okay. So you ready to share your screen?
Yeah, but where do I go? Trinket?
Okay, 1 second. Okay. I have to make sure that you're allowed to. Okay, yeah, you are allowed to share your screen. Okay, you are allowed to share your screen. So just like last time, right? Good, 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 good. Right.
Okay. Trinket. Now what do I do? Go up here?
You already have one. You have one trinket. It's called art, isn't it?
Yeah, this one. Here.
So you could just use that.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we just use the same code. So let's get rid of the square and because you're going to be making a circle. So
Master Han,
yes.
let's make a square and a circle. Like, let's
Okay,
keep the square and
sure,
go around it.
sure.
Enter. Okay. 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 Now what do I do?
You forgot already? How do we make a circle? What's the
Um.
command we use to make a circle?
QW dot. Wait, do I have to write the import turtle again?
No, once you import turtle, uh-oh, you're doing it in the wrong block. You shouldn't be doing that circle inside of the for loop. That should be outside the for loop. It shouldn't
Here.
be indented. No, that's indented.
Wait, it shouldn't be what?
Should not be indented.
Indented. What does that mean?
There shouldn't be any spaces between. There shouldn't be any spaces in front of it. Everything that's
Oh,
indented is
there's
part of the for loop. The circle command is not part of the for loop. That's only for the square.
Okay, so do I delete these spaces?
No, you don't. No. Though that if you want to keep the square, then you don't do that. But you need to put.
Okay.
You need to when you make the circle command, you want to get rid of the space in front of your circle command. Why don't you put some?
Okay.
Why don't you put some lines? Put some extra lines between the commands. The import turtle, put that in its no above. Import turtle, put a line between import turtle and where you make the turtle. Right.
Should I also put one here?
Yeah, make us put a space in, yeah, line. Okay. Now after you make the square, skip a line and put in your turtle command, your circle command.
Okay, after I make the square, skip a line.
Skip a line, right.
So go here.
Now you can put in your circle command.
QW. Dot. QW dot circle. Enter.
What's missing? What do you need to tell the circle command? We went over it already.
Tell it.
What kind of circle do you want? What does the circle command need? What do you need to tell the circle command?
I need to tell it. I need to tell it how to make the circle? No.
No, it knows. It already knows how to make the circle. You don't have to tell it that. But what is there's a piece of information that's missing here. How is it gonna? What kind of circle? We just did it, Tanay. We just did it.
Should I put in the goto command?
No. The circle command. There's something missing. What is missing? Right.
That?
And what's missing inside of it?
Circle. Inside. I can't remember.
How is it supposed to know how big the circle you want it to be?
Oh, the radius, right.
Right, the radius. The computer can't read your mind. If you don't tell it, right, okay. No, what do you need that extra space for? What's that space for? Okay, so run the command, run the code. First it draws the circle, the square, and then it draws the circle. Now you see it always starts at the same location, 0, 0. Okay? If
so I have to
circle to be
make
drawn,
the goto command.
Then you have to do that. Put in the goto command.
How do you make it? Wait, I'm gonna fiddle with the thing so I can make it so it's either inside or the circle is in. Like either the square is inside the circle or the circle is inside the square.
Your code. Do whatever you want. Fix that parentheses though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, you have an extra, right. You need to get rid of that extra parentheses. That's going to confuse the interpreter. You're in charge.
Okay.
This is your code.
QW. Go.
Where's the space? Why is there a space? There shouldn't be a space.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
We'll go to
You have to play around with the numbers because there's no grid. You have to play around with the numbers. It won't be exactly, and depending on what kind of device you use, it won't always be the same location. So you kind of have to move the numbers around.
What? What is that?
You drew the square, then you drew the circle, and then you told the pen to go to coordinates 87, 23. It did exactly what you told it to do.
Oh, I have to do go to and then the circle thing.
Well, the computer can't read your mind. It only does what you tell it to do. So it's the idea of sequence, right? You have to do things in a specific order to get the result that you want.
Okay.
So what do you need to do? You don't have to do that. You could just copy and paste it. You need to learn how to cut
I
and
tried
paste.
that. It's not working. I did
Okay.
control shift A, control shift V. It
Yeah,
didn't work.
I don't have. I have a Windows laptop, so yeah. Again, no indentation. There shouldn't be an indentation. Right. Put a line. Put a line. Put an empty line between. If you have all
Between
that code right next to
which?
each other, it's very confusing. So if you use white spaces, the Python interpreter will just skip over all the white spaces. So don't worry about it. You can put as much white space as you want. The Python interpreter is not going to notice any difference. It's for you to help you to understand what the code is doing.
Go.
Okay, you have an extra space there. Don't put that space in there.
This
O
one?
and the parentheses, get rid of that space, please. O and the parentheses, go to space. So you type go to space, parentheses.
Go to space.
Yeah, you put a space
That's
in
what I
between
did.
the O and the parentheses.
Oh. There?
Okay, so let's try
That?
again. So let's run. Okay, right.
Okay, so that line came there. So
Yeah, if you don't do pen up and pen down, then you will always see a line. Okay. Again, put in spaces. Put in an extra line. Put in extra lines. Don't have all the code right next to each other. You're going to get confused.
W dot pen up.
What's missing with pen up? What's missing there? Right. Put a space, put a line between pen up and the square. Put a space, put a line, empty line, right. Okay. Isn't this easier for you to read? Is this easier for you to read or no?
Yeah.
You have all the code right next to each other, you're going to get confused. Use white space. White space is there to help you to read the code better, okay?
Okay.
Uh-oh, what's this? You're adding these spaces. I don't know why you're adding these spaces.
Because I'm usually used to typing stuff with spaces instead of.
Okay. Whoa. You
spaces.
forgot the parentheses again. Every command has to have parentheses. Every method, function has to have parentheses. That's how the Python interpreter knows that that's a command.
Okay.
Okay. You see, is this the result you wanted?
Yes. How do?
More or less.
Oh wait. Right. Maybe change that.
Oh, you wanted a circle inside the box. Well, that's going to make a really big circle.
Or. Okay.
I thought you wanted a circle inside the box.
That's the size I want.
Well, then you're going to have to shift everything. Yeah, you're going to have to shift everything because it's not in the location you probably want it to
Hmm. Let's try this.
Well, you don't have to do a go to the 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0 is the default. Everything starts from 0, 0.
Oh yeah. I have to make
So you don't have
it
to
a
do, you
little
could
bit
just,
higher.
if you comment out the 0, 0, I'm sorry, if you comment out the go to command, you still get the same result. You don't have to go to, right. It would make sense to use the go to if you're actually moving the pen somewhere.
Okay. Please work. Okay. I'm getting closer now. I know that.
Right. Yeah, the go to, you'll have to play around with the numbers because it's not always going to be exactly where you want it to be. And it will change. If you do this on a phone screen, everything will shift. It won't be exactly where you want it to be. So you have to know you have to know like on what kind of machine it's going to actually do the drawing and what it's going to do the drawing.
Okay.
So how do we fill in the
I
colors?
know what I'm getting.
Okay, let's fill in some colors.
Okay.
So how do we do the colors? Add some colors. How do we do that?
Okay. PW.
Wrong location, wrong location. You're doing it inside of the for loop. It should be outside the for loop. That's inside the for loop.
I'm trying to fill in the square, not the circle.
Right. If you want to fill in the square, the commands don't go inside the for loop. They're outside the for loop. You indented it.
Okay.
Right.
UW dot fill.
No. It's not fill. What is it called?
End fill.
End
No,
fill,
wait.
right.
Begin
Well,
fill.
first you need to, don't forget the begin fill, okay? You have an end fill and then you also need a begin fill. You just can't use the end fill.
Okay.
Okay?
So
But yeah, you
begin
could just finish
fill
it. Do the
is
end fill. End fill.
wait. And
Nope. What's missing? No, it's not a space. It's an underscore. It's an underscore.
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 Where
Underscore. Underscore.
is the underscore? No, that's not the underscore.
Nope. That's a hyphen.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
I thought that's it.
And then what do we need? What do we need before the square?
Before the square?
What command do we need to put in before the square? You have an end fill.
Like, what
So
do you
what do
mean?
you need?
Begin fill.
Right. Also, you
Wait,
didn't.
does
You
end
don't
fill
select. If you don't select a different color, then it's just gonna draw. It's just gonna fill it in with black.
Okay.
No. Why do you keep doing that? That's the for loop. That's the inside of the for loop. Again, you're doing it inside the for loop. That's the inside of the for loop.
I pressed backspace.
Whoa.
For some reason, it
Where
didn't.
does the begin fill need to be? You need to do the begin fill before the what?
End fill.
Right, but the begin fill needs to be before you do what?
Wait, the
You do
begin fill
that.
needs
You do
to
the
do
begin fill
what?
after you draw the shape.
Yeah, because the
No,
shape is already drawn. So I still,
no. You do the begin fill before you draw the shape. Then you have the end
Oh,
fill after you draw the shape.
okay. So I do it here
Before you draw
at
the shape. No, before the for loop.
here.
The for loop is what draws the square. So you have to do the begin fill before you draw the square.
W dot.
Tanay, if you watch the videos, it's right there in the videos. I'm not teaching you anything new I
Okay.
haven't covered before, okay?
In
Parentheses,
begin.
parentheses, please. Don't separate that. Let's put that, they need to be right. Put a space, put an empty line between the before the begin fill and end fill, okay? It'll be easier for you to read.
Here, like that.
And before the begin fill, put an empty line. Put an empty line so it's easy for you to read. An empty line before the begin fill. Put in an empty line. Right. You see, isn't that easier to read? Okay, so run the code and then you'll see, well, you didn't change the color, but.
Okay.
Okay, that looks much better. Yeah, thank you. What's missing? There's an error. What's the problem here? No. You don't put the color in the begin fill. Color is a different command.
Oh,
Color
you
is a
put it in the
different
end
command.
fill.
What? You need to change the color before
Wait.
before you do the begin fill. You need to put a
How do you
command
do that?
before the color command before the begin fill.
Okay, let me just run this
Okay,
code
just
just
run
to
it, yeah.
see. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so how do we change the color of the square?
How do we change the color of the square?
How do we do that? How do we change the color of the square?
Oh, here. We put that there. And put that there. And
Right.
then VW.
Right, we need the name of the object, then the dot, right?
What? What is that?
Okay, but what's the problem with blue? There's something, the code editor is telling you that something's wrong. What do we need to do with blue?
I don't. Double quotes.
Yes, double quotes. The color, you give the color a string. It's expecting a string. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so how do we change the color of the circle? Well, give it a color. There's no color. So what do we do?
Okay.
Why are you doing it there? Where did you
I thought you're supposed to.
where's the circle command? Where do you draw the circle?
Oh, right. Here.
Right. So how do you
No.
change first? What do we need to do first?
Okay. We need to do that. Let me put that there.
Okay, if you only use the begin fill and an end fill, then you're just gonna have a blue square and then a blue circle. Okay.
And then I have to do the QW color blue. Begin.
Well, you don't have to say color blue. The color
Fill.
blue has already been selected.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just do that. Just do the begin fill and end fill. What's missing with begin fill? What's missing with begin fill? There's something missing. Right. Don't you see all these commands with the parentheses? Don't you see all these things with parentheses?
Right.
They're there for a reason.
Okay.
Okay. The commands have parentheses.
QW.
Okay. If you don't put in the parentheses, then the Python interpreter doesn't know that it's a command. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. Who's this from California?
It looks like a light bulb.
Okay, let's change the color of the circle.
Looks like a cannon, actually. Change the color of the circle?
I don't know. It looks like, yeah, I don't know.
It looks like an upside down cannon.
It looks like something. Crystal ball, maybe?
Color. Running that code. Okay. But then the square is hidden, so I'm gonna move the circle a little bit.
Oh, that's probably too much. 400 is probably too much. I wouldn't go
Let's see.
past more than 200.
Okay, yeah,
It
you're
went off
right.
screen.
You're right.
The screen is not that big. It's not that big. It's about 400. It's roughly about 400 pixels by 400 pixels. It's not a huge area.
Okay. This looks better.
Looks better, but it depends on what you want it to be, I
Okay,
guess.
now it
It's kind of like maybe a hot air balloon. Kind of like a little bit like
hot
a
air
hot air balloon,
balloon.
maybe. Maybe.
It looks like an ice cream
Pretty big scoop of ice cream.
with
Okay, so
yeah, it's a
let's stop the share.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well,
Share
you're in control. You have to
screen.
stop the share.
How do I do that?
Well, there's a control on the
Down
bottom.
here.
See a control on the
Um,
bottom.
there's nothing down here on the bottom.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna
You don't see it?
leave
Okay.
and come
No,
back.
no, no, no. Okay, I think okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna do stop share. There.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, here let's cover a few things. Okay, so the commands have parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tanay, you got to keep your faces
Yep.
chopped off. Okay, okay. Commands have parentheses. Okay, commands have parentheses. Okay, the white
Okay.
space is there for you so that you can see, so you can understand your own code. Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
Python interpreter is going to skip over the white space, so don't worry about the white space. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Master Han, is it okay if I show my mom the code?
What? Oh,
Is it
by the
okay if
way,
I
you
show
need
my
to
mom the
save.
code?
If you don't save, then you're going to lose that. So hit the save button so you save it.
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna go back to Trinket and save it
Yeah,
then.
save. Save. Make sure you save.
Um,
Okay.
save.
Uh,
Saving, save. Going back to Zoom.
okay, so again, the parentheses are commands. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If without the parentheses, the Python interpreter won't know that's a command. Even though you're using the correct name, it needs the parentheses. Okay?
Oh.
Okay? If you indent, okay, if you indent, the Python interpreter will think that's a different block of code. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it in a certain specific sequence. Okay? Sequence. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just have all the commands in any kind of sequence. It has to be in a specific kind of sequence.
Okay.
Okay. So
What will happen if you do import turtle as the last command?
then it won't
Will
work.
nothing
It just
happen?
won't work. Import turtle, look. You see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just turned import turtle off. Okay?
Oh my.
Look what happens. It doesn't do anything, right? It just tells me there's an error, right? Tells me there's a name error.
Error.
You see that?
Error.
So once I turn it back on, then the code works. Okay?
Master Han,
Yes.
what is a syntax error? Like, what did you do wrong if you get a syntax
Well,
error?
well, if somebody, so 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 let's say you see the chat, right? So if
See
I
the
send you a message like this, right? Let's say, let's say, if I type you sat, mad, cat, does that make sense?
sat mad cat.
Does that make sense?
No.
No. Tanae, your face is chopped off. You gotta watch out for that.
Again? Okay, how about now? How about now? Master Han?
Okay, what if I send you this? Does this make sense?
I can't see. No, because
I spelled it
everything.
wrong, right?
Yep.
Is that how we're supposed to spell?
No.
No. So that's a syntax error, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. What does this make sense? Wait. I'm typing it.
I don't see anything.
I'm typing it.
Okay. Right. How do I know you're talking about the ocean or your eyes? I have no idea. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So people who speak English, we have to use the same syntax, the same vocabulary, and the same grammar, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't just make up our own language. People do, but then most people won't understand what you're saying, right? If I make up a new word, right?
Like
Is
blurk.
huge a real word? Can you find that in the dictionary?
No.
I'm gonna look it up. Let me see if I can find it in the dictionary. Huge. Have you ever seen anyone spell huge like that?
I don't even know what huge is.
Well, in New York City, that's how people kind of that's how people say huge instead of huge. They say huge. Yeah.
What?
Can you see my? Can you read this?
What
Yeah, I'm sorry.
does
1 second. Here, this is better. Can you read this?
huge is the pronunciation of what huge in a New York accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So President Trump says huge a lot, but if you ever go to New York City, or if you know somebody from New York City, you would know that that's how people in New York City, that's how they speak. They say huge. They don't say huge. They say huge. The H kind of gets lost. How do you
I
say
have some
huge?
friends.
How do you say huge?
How do I say huge?
Yeah.
Huge.
Okay.
It's like, oh my God, that is huge.
Right.
So that's how we say it in Canada.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen, and okay, so this week, so we are going to, okay, so you have your values badge, your models badge, your swapping values badge. I'm gonna probably be working on a turtle badge, but this week, want to work on, there's a variables badge that we were working on. So let's see here. Okay, now this is what we call in Python. In Python, we call this a doc string, okay? So it's 3 double quotes at the beginning, and then we put in 3 double quotes at the end. Do you know what that does?
No.
It turns off everything in between. So everything in between is going to get turned off. The
So you
Python
don't
interpreter is just going to skip over it. Okay?
so you don't have to put on the hashtags for every single
Right. It
one.
saves you from doing a lot of hashtags. So it's kind of like a block comment. Okay? So so we had so what was I saying? So we had integers, right? You know we can make integers. Okay? And then we have numbers that are also floats, right? Okay.
Okay.
Then we have let's see, we have strings, right? So we can make strings, right? Okay. And also we have booleans. Tanay, did you do all your homework?
I think so. I
Whoa, whoa,
don't
whoa!
really.
You think so?
No.
If you think so, then I'm gonna put in false. Okay, false.
Well,
Okay.
definitely.
And also we can have a list, right? Okay. Oh, here. This is. We'll make a Legos list. We'll do a Legos list, right? Legos.
What does that even mean, Lego list?
We'll have a whole bunch of strings that
Have Lego pieces in them.
well, Legos have like a code, right?
They do?
Each set has a code.
Yeah,
So,
instruction.
well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does.
No,
It
I mean
has
the Lego set has like a product code.
a
Okay.
product. What does that mean?
Well, because they have so many Lego sets.
Mm-hmm.
So each Lego set, if you look at the box, they have a product code. So
Okay.
that's
Is it
only
like
for
near the
that
barcode?
set. What?
Is it near the barcode?
It's not the barcode number, but it's a name of it's the internal name of the Lego set. So I'm just making up. Let's say call this Star Wars set 00. We call it 001. Okay, and then we could have like another Star Wars set. It's
Zero
called
zero.
101. And
Mm-hmm.
then we'll have another Star Wars set, and then let's say it's
1000.
201. Okay, you see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
So then these are all the different Star Wars. Well, not all of them. This is just like three of them, right? So there's Star. So Lego has a lot of many, 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 many Lego sets. So this is an example. Okay,
I think most of them are Harry Potter sets.
Harry Potter.
Welcome back to the age of Harry Potter.
So if we want to print, if we want to be able to actually see what's inside the computer, right? We have to use these print commands, right? Otherwise, we have no idea what's going inside the computer, okay? Because normally you can't see.
Hmm. Master Han,
Yes.
you know what would be weird? So you're teaching me code right now, but what if both of our faces are pointing north? Then we're like beside each other.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think there's a way to do that. I'm not too sure. Here we go. Is that better? Okay, so when I run the code, right? Oops, I did something wrong. Something's. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's here on the bottom here. Okay. So you see I ran the code and then now we can see what's inside, right? Okay. Okay, so Tanay, can I do this? Can I do this? Does this make sense? Does this make sense, Tanay? Can I do that?
No.
No, I can't do that, right? On the left side of the equal sign, what can I only have on the left side?
Words.
Well, a variable name. Variables, okay?
Master Han,
Yes.
I need to go to the bathroom. Oh,
You need to wash your hands.
I need to wash my
Okay,
hands.
go wash your hands.
Okay.
Okay. So okay, so we have line 3. So
Mm-hmm.
line 3.
None. And
Okay. So line 3 we have an integer, line 6 we have a float, line 9 we have a string, line 12 we have a Boolean, And line 15, we have a list. Okay. So how do we describe an integer? How do we describe an integer?
Describe an integer as
How do we describe an integer?
a number.
What kind of number?
A whole number.
Whole number, okay. How do we describe a float?
A decimal number.
A decimal number, right. And how do we describe what a string is?
It is described as words
Just words?
between double quotes.
Between double quotes, right. How do we describe a Boolean? How would you describe a Boolean?
True or false? Answer the question.
Okay, it's only true and false, right? True or false, okay.
True or false? Answer.
Okay, how would you describe a list? How would you describe a list? What is a list?
A list of things.
What is the index number of the first item in the list?
0.
Tanay, your face is chopped off.
How about now?
A little bit better, but you're making me all dizzy. So what is the index number of the first item in the list? Are you there? You froze. Can you hear me? Tanay, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you froze for a bit. What is the index number of the first item in the list?
0.
0, okay. So if I wanted to change the first item in your Lego set list, right? If I wanted to change it to a Harry Potter,
Oh yeah.
okay? So let's say Harry HP, let's call it set 05, okay? So what do I need to have on the left side? What do I need on the left side?
The variable called Lego set.
Right, I need Lego sets, right? That's the name of the set. And then what do I need after the name of the list? What do I need? What do I need? What do I need after that?
Okay, what do you need after it?
How do I tell the computer to change the first item, replace the first item with HP0, string HP0, I'm sorry, HP305? How does it know to change which item?
SW001, comma, HP305 equals HP305, comma, SW001.
Nope, that's not how we do it. How do we tell the computer to replace the first item on the list with something else? What do we need to put in? I have the name of the list. So it knows the name of the list, but then how does it know which item to change? What do we need to tell the computer?
Need to tell it.
If you're in a warehouse,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
there are 10 boxes, right?
Okay.
And if I tell you to empty one box out and replace it with something else, well, then how would you know which box to go to? What would I need to tell you?
You need to tell which box to go to.
Right. So let's say the boxes are numbered 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first box has the number 0. The 10th box has the number 9. So if I tell you to replace everything in the everything in the first box with something else, so then what would I have to tell you? I have to tell you where the warehouse is, right?
Oh yeah.
Or let's say I need to tell you the floor, right? Tanay, your face is chopped off. Okay, so I need to tell you where all the boxes are, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's say the warehouse, right? The warehouse or the storage room, okay? But then what else do I need to tell you? Okay, go to storage area 10. Go to storage, I'm sorry, go to the Lego storage area. And there are 10 boxes there.
Mm-hmm.
So then what else do I need to tell you?
Empty out the first box and replace it with.
Right, the first box, right?
Yeah.
So how do we tell it to empty out the first box and replace it with HP 305? So what do we need to tell it?
No, you can't do that. It's against the rules.
What is the index number of the first item? I want to replace SW001 with, let's say you took your Star Wars set 001 and you gave it to a friend. And then you bought a Harry Potter set, HP 305. And then you're replacing the Star Wars set that you gave to a friend, and you're replacing with your new set. So then how would we tell the computer to replace that Star Wars set with the new Harry Potter set, HP 305? What do we need to tell the computer? What's missing? What is the index number of SW001?
0.
So then what do we have to tell the computer?
0, 0, comma.
No, not 0, comma. Okay, so we need to tell it 0, right?
Yeah.
But what's missing here? There's something missing. What's missing here? What do we need to have before and after the 0? How does the computer know this is the index number?
Double quotes.
Not double quotes, but something else.
Normal quotes. Square brackets.
Square brackets, right? Square brackets. Okay, you see here, right? When we make look at line 15, right? Line 15, right? We use square brackets to make the list, right? And then we need to use square brackets for the index number. Okay?
Okay.
So when you think of square brackets, we think of lists. And then if we want to tell it which index number to use, right? Then we also have to use square brackets. Okay? Square brackets to make the list, square brackets to tell it which item we want to change or whatever, right? So look at the output. What do you notice about the output? What happened to SW001? What happened to your Star Wars set 001?
It becomes HP 305.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Now, there's only 3 things in this list, so it's really simple, right? But when you have like 10,000 names or 10,000 numbers that you have to keep track of, right? Using a list makes it a lot easier. What do you think?
Yep.
Right? It makes it a lot easier, right? Okay. You okay, Tanay?
Yep.
Okay.
The
Okay.
map keeps on going on my head.
Well, you put it on your head. What are you talking about? Okay. Okay. So this week we'll be working on your variables badge. Okay.
Okay.
So how did you like the live coding? What do you think? Did you think you did a good job?
Yeah.
Okay, you did. Okay. So we'll work on that. Okay. So try to when you have time, play around with the turtle graphics. Okay. Because we will probably have another art code contest. We'll have that next month, July. Okay. So if you start working on it now, then by July, you'll have something ready. Okay? Oop, you got chopped. You got frozen. Okay. So I'll see you Thursday, but at a different, at the same time now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, so at 12 I have to
Yeah,
meet
at
you?
noon. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't have that class anymore.
Which?
The math class? I don't think it's a math class.
No, it's on Saturday.
Oh, they switched to Saturday? Okay. I don't know.
It's
Okay.
always been on Saturday.
So what did you have on Thursday?
Thursday I do karate. No, wait, Thursday it's karate. I'm free from karate. I think it's oh yeah, I think I was going biking at that time.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever it is, your schedule changed. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, noon to 1, okay?
Okay.
Until further notice, okay? Okay, so I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Okay, Master Han,
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye.